Will I grow up to be a big, strong Texas Jumbo Forever guitar pick just like you?
It doesn't matter how big you are, son. It matters what you're made of. We were brought right here to America to be handmade by Luther R.S. Paul. He's an expert in exotic woods. Any other questions, Jazzy?
Yeah, why did Aunt Babinga get mad because you gave her crabs on her birthday?
Today here in Robert's Guitar Dungeon, we are on part 2 of the Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone from Boss. I promised you in the first video that likely was not going to be the last time that we saw the Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone here on this channel. So I got to thinking, how can we not have a Boss MT-2w Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone and not put it up against the original and hear exactly what the differences are? There's been several videos on YouTube from lots of creators on the new Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone. I haven't actually seen one yet of anybody A/B-ing the two, so maybe I'm the first. So that said, we are going to dial in some similar settings, very similar settings on each pedal, and run them in the traditional manner into the front input of the amplifier. Let's check it out and see what it sounds like. You know, you twist some knobs and you EQ some things in some different ways, and actually the original really, it just doesn't sound all that bad even on its own. There are, especially compared to the Waza Craft version, there are definitely some kind of digital artifacts, as I call them, in this version that that kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's just digital. I don't know. It sounds almost computerized of some kind in the right settings. The treble control is very, very sensitive, and can produce a very ear-piercing, ice-picky type of tone that is not very pleasing. But you dial back the treble, turn up the mids a little bit, add a little bit of low end. I've discovered anyway. And you can get some pretty, even on its own, some pretty usable tones. Maybe not the best guitar tones in the world, even for metal, or especially for metal, but, they're not as horrible as the internet likes to make them out to be. I've certainly heard worse, far worse. However, the same settings are very, very similar anyway, as we demonstrated last week on the Waza Craft Metal Zone, and guys like me have been waiting for a long time for some really, really, really good high gain heavy metal distortion pedals to hit the market, because for the longest time there was just something missing from every single one of them. There was just always something missing. But nowadays we have pedals like the Amp Tweaker Type Metal and Fat Metal. Of course, I have gone on and on how much I love the Type Metal Pro. We have the Wampler Dracaris. We have the Keeley Filaments, I believe. The Horizon Devices Precision Overdrive. It's not a distortion, but it's a heavy metal overdrive pedal. We finally have that available to us. And now, to add to that list, Boss have given us the Waza Craft addition to the Metal Zone. I think that highly of this pedal, and I think this absolutely stacks up to any one of those. It doesn't sound the same, but as far as getting good tones out of it and good quality, of course you can't beat the build quality of a Boss pedal. This absolutely stacks up through the front end of an amplifier with any of those other high gain, highly regarded heavy metal distortion pedals. But that's through the front of the amp. As the YouTube world has recently discovered, starting with Ole England's video here a few months ago, when you run this pedal into the return jack of the effects loop, essentially bypassing the preamp section of the amplifier altogether and making this pedal your preamp section, this pedal turns into an entirely different monster. By the way, I posted a video about the same thing over about a year before Ole England did. Check it out. So, what would a Boss Metal Zone Shootout video be without running both of these pedals into the return jack of the effects loop and using them both as preamps rather than distortion pedals? Let's check this out. This is going to be fun. So you can see, I'm not the first one to conduct that experiment with this pedal, but you know, it is pretty cool to see, you know, see what it sounds like side by side with the original Metal Zone. Now, as I stated in the last video, the S mode, as it's labeled on here, which is the standard mode, is, I mean, you can tell it's different from the original, because, you know, they used all analog components, and you know, it's just a higher quality sound because it has higher quality components used on the inside of it, and you can absolutely hear the difference. Putting this thing into custom mode, on the other hand, and I mean, I already think that it sounds like a high-end, high-gain tube amplifier going through the front end of an amp. Put it into, you know, straight into the power amp section, and wow. You know, really, really cool. Very cool, you know. This is still cool. I still like this. I still love this pedal as a preamp. Awesome, awesome pedal. And now I finally had a chance to demo it, you know, and actually twist some knobs, you know, and not use the same settings that I had set on here from when I was a teenager, you know. But it sounds really, really good. But this is just a superior piece of equipment. And if you love metal distortion pedals, how you are getting along without one of these in your life is absolutely beyond me. If you love metal distortion pedals, you need to go pick up one of these pedals. I will have links posted down below in the description of where you can find both of these, should you happen to like the original Metal Zone better. You know, and there may be people out there that do. There will be links to both of these pedals used, as well as any other gear used in this video, down in the description. Please consider hitting the subscribe button to this channel. It really does help out a whole lot, and it is greatly appreciated. We'd love to have you as part of the family. And last but not least, leave me your comment down below, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. This is, once again, not going to be the last time that we hear from this pedal on this channel. And it's not even going to be the last time we hear from it for a while, I don't think, because I'm having that much fun making videos about it and making videos with it. So thank you so much for watching. Me and the Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone distortion pedal from Boss. We'll see you in the next video.